Lately, when we read the news, you see there's like a lot of destruction. There's no hope from a life perspective that whether one may live, be alive tomorrow, or maybe even be alive the next moment. So many heinous crimes are going out and things like that. So, a reminder that we got was if we are not able to enjoy the simple things of our life, does it mean that our maturity is in vain? Yo guys, namaskaram. So this is my English channel. I'm recording a video for. So lately I was attending a meeting on philosophy, and a lot of ideas are usually being discussed. But the core tenet of, let's say, when we are discussing any philosophy for that matter is, let's say, what's the value that these pieces of text can bring into my life. So every endeavor that we are taking, or every, let's say, act that we want to pursue in life, each one of us kind of thinks that what's the return I would get on that. For some, it starts with this assumption that I would only do a certain thing because I would get this in return. A lot of things are missed in our life simply because we don't want to enjoy the process of actually doing that act. When we were children, I remember, like, there was this sense of joy wherein one did not used to think about a lot of benefits, pros and cons. What would I get? What wouldn't I get in return? But as we have grown in age, in maturity, in dealing with situations and things like that, I've realized that life just saps that joy out of you. Now, when I'm saying that life just saps out that joy, does it mean that we give conscious, let's say, control to the external situations, or is it because we are impacted so much on an internal level by the external situations that there's just no joy, no happiness, and then we kind of go into this pattern of consistently seeking happiness again and again, like a treadmill, more like an hedonic adaptation, if I remember my psychology correctly. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of bring certain insights and something that came as a very, very strong reminder. So lately, when we read the news, you see there's like a lot of destruction. There's no hope from a life perspective that whether one may live, be alive tomorrow, or maybe even be alive the next moment. So many heinous crimes are going out and things like that. So a reminder that we got was if we are not able to enjoy the simple things of our life, does it mean that our maturity is in vain? Does it mean that we have not become wise enough? So I remember listening to a lot of these podcasts wherein one speaker had mentioned that you should not teach children, you should not indoctrinate them with your ideologies, but learn from them. Learn the joy, the warmth that they savor in their hearts. As we grow up, due to the structure with which this world has been made, there's always a plus minus, a checks and balances sort of thing. And every small experience becomes a transaction or becomes a smaller goal to achieve the thing. And we don't know what the thing is. When we reach that point, the thing point, we feel empty. So I think a lesson that I derived from that whole conversation, from that whole meeting of, let's say, quote unquote wise people, because they have been through a lot of pain in life. So when you sit with people who have genuinely gone through pain, You understand perspectives, you connect with them on a very deeper heart to heart level that you cannot do, let's say, with an online influencer who is just there to sell you things, sell you products, and things like that by capitalizing on your insecurity. So, the point that I'm trying to make is whatever small moments you have in your life, whatever they are, you have done something, you were challenging yourself to do something from days on end, and finally you have done that breakthrough. Congratulate yourself a little bit, derive joy from that specific thing, because life is just passing by. It's just slipping by like sands. We cannot stop even if we want to. But why are we, like, why have we come to this point of ruining our experiences of life, ruining the pleasure, the joy from a moment to moment basis? Now I know that what I'm saying might not be, let's say, applicable to a lot of people who have a lot of financial hardships and things like that. But since I'm assuming that the people who are watching this might be in a relatively, let's say, at least stable position where food is at least not much of a problem, at least basic food. I think this constant need, the will to chase all the time, reach the pedestal, is something that just needs to take the back seat. We would do our best at every moment, but a lot of us, of course, might have a lot going on. But do we appreciate the small moments, the small moments when our loved ones are living and alive with us? Or do we always think that we just should run away from them? They don't understand and things like that. Trust me, when your loved ones go, when they pass away, uh, a lot of people are left with regrets as to how they should have treated them. So always have this consistent, or let's say constant reminder at the back of your mind that spending time with the people whom are close in your vicinity, who are very kind to you, don't take them for granted. It could be a stranger, it could be any person for that matter, because life is short and our life is constructed by very, very, very small moments. Now, from a corporate perspective, these are not even registered on a quote unquote calendar. It is not an event of sorts. Feel things deeply, and whatever feelings you feel at that moment, just be fully with them. Because once you make that experience truly alive within you, is how you would savor this life, savor this joy. And I uh, heard it in one of my yoga classes that let's say you have a goal, and you're always seeing the goal all the time. So one eye is always focused on the goal, and you only have one eye on the process. Instead, the process should become so joyful that this moment itself becomes so complete. Now, this doesn't mean that you just be in your comforts and just take a back seat. The point I'm trying to make here is enjoying, totally enjoying every moment, because this moment would never ever come back. And like, this also brings into perspective another thing: the people who are always chasing, let's say, the next major public speaking event, the next check, uh, people who are always seeing the next big thing to come in their life, you see that how anxiety provoke emotional destruction whenever they are walking on their path. People eventually start distancing themselves from, and the only people who are close to them or who want to come close to them are people who would want to have material gain of sorts from them. So this is also a good test from how of an emotional I might use the word stoic, you are, because stoics also generally feel. It's just that they are very still within their center. So, not every external circumstances going it the right way or the wrong way should determine our state of life. It's just that living each moment and each experience joyfully and to the best of our ability. Because when we have this expectation ki we would be plummered by life again and again, we think that life would go on forever. Anyhow, I think I've rambled enough, but I just wanted to bring this video from that perspective that savor, savor each and every moment. And yeah, I think this concludes my video. More from a chill perspective. Let me see if I can get back to some more coherent, logical videos which I kind of do, uh, or which I have done in the past. I'm working on certain things, but let me know what you feel about it. These are just some thoughts which I wanted to share. Anyhow, this is Devishish Pindra from Debu Ki Dastak signing off. Cheers. Bye.